Not cocky. We're confident.
We're confident. That's what I told my wife. That's exactly what I told my wife. She's like, "Y'all cocky." I said, "I'm confident, sweetheart. I'm not cocky. I'm confident."
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Like,
yeah.
You Marines get on my damn nerves. You guys are so damn cocky. I said, that's why I tell everybody. I said, we're not cocky. We confident because we know what we can do. We know what we're capable of doing, you know? And so
wonderful day. Wonderful day. Ain't stressed about nothing right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thanking my maker for this wonderful day. Ain't tripping on nothing right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thanking my maker for this wonderful day.
People commit suicide, bro. You are the most selfish person in the world. And I can say that coming from a place because I was that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I had it. Okay. So I'll tell you now. So this was in '93, right? So I wasn't married at the time. I hadn't even met my wife, matter of fact. But I had my daughter who was 2.5 years old. So me and her mom broke up like literally probably like a year after I joined the Corps. I was on my first deployment. This was during Desert Storm. So that tell you how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Yeah, I don't need no jokes. But anyway. So we broke
kindergarten at that
time. So you know, and then we went through a thing of like, I couldn't see her. When I would go to Chicago, like on leave or whatever, I couldn't see her. The only time I would see her is if she was at her great grandmother's house. And her great grandmother would call me and say, hey, she's here. So I would sneak over and see her, that sort of thing. Damn. So then I was on my third NJP. I was drinking like a fish, you know. And
like every other Marine.
Like every other Marine, exactly. Well, they was drinking like a fish. I was drinking like a whale. You know, yeah, it was bad, man. And then the pressures of life just started hitting me. Had, you know, dealing with what happened with that first deployment, which it really wasn't horrible, but I didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was just life just caught up with me. So this was literally like, you know, I didn't know what to do. I said, well, I got a solution for all of this. I don't have to deal with anybody, not even myself. I said, I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
And so I went in my room. I went through the barracks, which matter of fact, I'm gonna go over to that. I'm gonna go over to that barracks and take a picture of the room door and that barracks because I'm gonna put it in my book. But I had already found a place. I already had the rope tied up. I had written 3 letters. I wrote one to the chain of command. I wrote one to all my friends I was running with, and I wrote one to my family to explain to them why I was gonna kill myself or why I killed myself. That was the purpose of those 3 letters. So we had a 72 starting on Friday. I wrote the letters on Thursday, had the rope, did everything I was going to do. I had it all planned out. So I said, okay. And the grunts, you know, 72 started at 11. Supposed to start at noon. They let us go at 11. At 11:03, the parking lot is empty. You know, everybody, Marines gone.
Where are we going to go? We going.
Exactly, where we going. So I figured by 11:30, I'm done. You know, ain't nobody going to be here. So we stand in formation, and my company gunny was at the end of the formation. The CO was talking, and he was just standing at the end of the formation. He was just staring at me and staring. He wouldn't look away. It's like every time I turned to look, he was staring at me. I'm like, man, what did I do? You know, I'm like, for real, like, what did I do? And after formation was over, company commander said dismiss, and he looked at me and said, land. We used to call him Skeletor because the dude, he stone face, I mean, just old, just anyway. He said, go to my office. I'm like, bruh, what did I do? Like, all I want to do is kill myself. Just let me be in peace.
Just let me go kill myself.
Just let me go kill myself. I can do that alone. I don't need your help.
You to yell at me. Yell at me.
Exactly. Don't yell at me now and get it over with.
Right. Give me another reason.
Exactly. Exactly. Put a little more wood on the fire. Matter of fact, just throw the gas, bro. Throw the gas.
Just give the gas some more. Yeah.
Heat it up. So he sent me to his office, and I'm sitting there waiting. So like 30 minutes later, he came in and he was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, what do you mean, Gunny? He's like, what do you mean? He was like, what's wrong with you? He's like, dude, let me tell you something. He said, you're one of the smartest Marines I know. And after my third NJP, I was a Lance Corporal for the 3rd time. He said, you're more tactically sound.
You know how they put them stickers on the cars?
You know what, man? I thought about doing it, like PFC, Lance Corporal, PFC, Lance Corporal, PFC, Lance Corporal. Then I finally made it to Gunny.
Right.
Yeah. So, completely off subject, but I did say that at my retirement ceremony. I was like, dude, this is the proudest day of my life because right now I'm 6 pay grades higher than I thought I'd ever be. So I did. I told him that, and I wasn't lying.
6 pay grades higher than I never thought I'd ever be.
Exactly. It was literally, I said I'm 6 pay grades higher than I ever thought I'd be. But yeah. But you know, we sat there and we talked. And he said, man, you're more tactically sound and have more common sense than every sergeant in this company. He said, but you make wrong decisions because you hang with wrong people and you won't think for yourself. And so he said, here's what's going to happen. And we get ready to go on deployment. We was going back to the Mediterranean on float. He said, here's what's going to happen. He said, I'm PCSing when I come back. He said, but I'm mentor you for the next 8 months. He said, everything I tell you to do, every place I tell you to be, he said, you're going to do it when I tell you to do it. You be there, be on time. He just laid it out for me. I said, okay. So I said, hey, Gunny, can I give you something? He said, yeah. I said, it's in my room. He said, go get it. So I go back to my room. I get those 3 letters and I hand it to him. I said, I want you to hold these letters till we come back off deployment. He said, okay. So he took them, put them in a brown envelope, put them in the safe, locked it. So literally, bro, for the next it literally was 8 months from, the pre-workups and on the ship, the deployment and coming back. That dude made me volunteer to USO. He made me read books that I didn't want to read. When we had PT, seriously, PT in the grunt, so it's 6:30 in the morning. Me and him would go to PT at 4:45. I would go run with this dude, do pull-up, sit-ups, the whole 9 yards, come back, and then change my PT clothes and get in formation to run PT again. And he would just sit down and talk to me, and he made me feel like a person.
He took time. He took time out of his day. He took time out of his life, and he had no idea what I was going through. And so we go through this whole ordeal, and speed. Just to fast forward the story for the sake of time, we get back. We came off the med, and we got back. I think it was like October. It was right before Thanksgiving, October, November. We got back, and he said, "Hey, I'm leaving. When we come back off block leave, I'm leaving." He said, "You still want me to read those letters?" I said, "Yeah, I want you to read them." So we go back to his office. He opened the safe, pull them out. He opened the first one, and the first one he opened was to my parents. And then he opened the next, and he reading the letter. He looking at me. He looked down at the paper. He's looking at me. He looked at the paper. He's looking at me. He was like, "Who wrote this?" I said, "I did." I said, "Read the next one." Matter of fact, I gave him the one to the chain of command. I said, "Read it." And he opened the letter up and he read it. He was like, "You wrote this?" I said, "Yeah, I wrote it." And he reading the letters, and now like his face is, he's a gun. We used to call him stone face because he never showed any emotion. This dude never smiled, never laughed, nothing. We didn't see him cry. We literally thought he was dead because he had like zero emotions. Damn. So yeah, so his eyes are watering up. And so I said, "Read the third one." And I wrote it to the crew that I was hanging with. And the crew I was hanging with, I'm from Chicago. One of the guys I was hanging with from Detroit, one's from Baltimore, one's from Atlanta, and one's from Powder Springs, Georgia. And one guy was from right here in Greensboro. And bro, we did everything we thought we could do. I'll tell you that story in a little bit because we should all be in jail right now. But anyway, we just be getting out probably 2 years ago. But he read it, and he was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "The day that you talked to me was the day I was going to kill myself. And that's why I wrote those letters. I was going to leave them on my rack." I said, "But you literally changed my life." I said, "Dude, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here right now." Right. And he was like, "Are you serious?" And so we went through the whole ordeal. I told him what was going on. And at the end of the talk, he said, "Okay, we hugged and whatever." He said, "Now your job for the rest of your life is for you to do for somebody else what I did for you." And literally, brother, when I tell you I took my career and I made it about the Marines, not about the Marine Corps, it made life so much easier because I saw people because somebody saw me. Right. So when I talk about being selfish, had I took my life then in 1993, April 23rd, 1993, had I did it then, I look at now, I wouldn't be married. I wouldn't have any more children. My daughter that I had would have been fatherless. I wouldn't have, have met my wife and her boys. I wouldn't have the 2 children that we have together. I wouldn't have grandchildren. My life would be completely different because I made would have brought a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And that's why I said, when I tell you it's selfish, bro, it's flat out selfish. It is. And that's what I tell people. I said it takes one person to change your entire life.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you met that one person that changed your life, that's pushed to be Coach Monte, And that's the thing. Like you said, it is. I mean, suicide is selfish. Have we thought about it? It's thought of, I can guarantee you about 98% of veterans have thought about it. Yeah. And that's why some of them have tried to do it, and now they look back and they're like, "Fuck, I'm glad that didn't work."
Exactly.
I'm glad that didn't work. I got a good life right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Man. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why I try
right now. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's why I try to reach out to people and I tell them, dude, I said, it's like a bucket of water. My wife gave me the best explanation. She says, you ever fill up a bucket of water? She said, you know how you put in that one more drop and everything fucking overflows? She said, that's like how people act. You know, that's what happens to people. They're like a bucket of water. They just, emotions, feelings, this and that. And it takes that one thing and say, fuck it, like you. I'm going to do it today.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it today.
Yeah,
and
that day was a day.
And that's why I try to reach out to our brothers and sisters. Like, when you get to that point, reach out. Quit being prideful. Quit being selfish.
You know what's crazy, man? Is most people, that's the crazy part. We're so selfish, we won't even talk to people.
We won't even talk to anybody about it, right?
We don't even talk to anybody about it.
And it's hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've been out since 2009. So it's been, 11 years since I've been out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the older I get, the more I'm coming to terms like, fuck, I do need help. I do need to reach out. You know, I need to reach out to somebody. I need to talk. I see a counselor at the VA. I see her once every 2 weeks, you know, and it's been helping me. And then doing this with you guys, with my brothers and my sisters, doing this is like a therapy for me to be able to sit back.
Yeah.
You sit back, it's like you're shooting the crap, you know, you're just sitting here telling your story. You're just talking, you know, and it's a therapy, you know, and this is why I try to tell everybody, dude. I said, find your therapy. Everybody has something that they like to do, whether it's you're in the garden or you're painting, making cups.
Whatever it is.
You know, you make shirts, you make hats, whatever your therapy is, go to it. Find people, try to correlate with people that like the same things you like. Mm-hmm. I said, trust me. The hardest thing that I've tried to figure out is how to make fucking friends outside the military. That's the hardest shit in the world to do, is try to make a friend outside the military, a civilian that don't understand where you came from and what you've been through, and try to be like, my wife's like, you need to make friends. I said, how do I make friends with people? Like I said, I joined the Marine Corps at 17. I had friends when I was a child, and then I had a brotherhood. And then
you came back to,
I said, now I'm almost 40 years old, and you said, I gotta be friends with people. Like, how do I relate to somebody that's never been through the shit that I've been through? You know,
it's hard to relate, and people have this stigma about, you know, people who served in the military, especially Marines, and you know, us in the Army, the Army gets it the worst. The Navy, the Air Force, most people don't think about it. It's just, oh yeah, they are part of the team. You know, we rag on them. They part of the family. It's like that little brother. I can pick on them, but you can't.
Right,
you know?
Exactly, absolutely.
I can pick on them, but you can't.
I got that girl in Florida that did the UCM, changed the UCM. I told her, I said, you fucking chair force. I said, I can call you that shit. Don't let somebody else call you that shit. I'll beat that ass.
Have you ever served? No.
Nope.
Yeah,
you ain't got no room to talk, dude. Like, don't even come talk. I was going, I don't want to hear you was going to do something. You didn't do it. So don't. Exactly. That's my sister.
I would have joined, but I would have punched the drill instructor in the face. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Sure.
Yeah, okay. I'll just punch him in the face. He gets in my face and yells. No, you won't. Shut up.
Okay.
But that all day long, it ain't gonna happen, you know.
Exactly.
And that's the biggest thing. It's just trying to get these people. I was like, making a friend. I said, I don't know how to make friends with people. Like like I said, I talk to some guys. I'm like, you ain't done shit your entire life. I said, you ain't done anything that I can't even talk to you. I can't even relate to who you are and what you've been through, you know? Mm-hmm. I said, if you was a thug, you know, maybe I could relate to you then, because I was a thug too at one point, you know? Then I grew up, you know, some people still doing it. I'm like, man, you 40 years old. Why you still banging?
Why are you banging, bro? Let that corner go.
Let it go, dude. You don't need it.
Literally 40 years. Yeah, let it go.
Like, you still hustling like you was like when you was freaking 15 years old, dude. Like, let it go, dude. Like,
let it go. It's over.
It's over. It's over. You gotta figure something else out. You gotta do something else, dude. Like, it's crazy to see, you know.
Yeah. So,
but hey, let's go to commercial break.
All right.
Let's go to commercial break. Give our thanks to Rafa 180 for being our sponsor.
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180 for being a sponsor. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you like that commercial by one of our sponsors at Rafa 180. Like I mentioned before in the last episode, if you guys want to help sponsor the Stone Vet, go ahead and email me. the stonevet420@gmail. I'll put that in the descriptions down below. If you guys are talking, if you own a small business, or you a veteran-owned business, or your wife owns a business, and you need some sponsors, you need some satellite time so people can see who you are and what you're doing, go ahead and email me. I'll put you out here. We'll work an agreement. We'll work something out to where we get you on the show as well. So we're back with Coach Monte, man. Well, man, we've been telling us the stories, dude. Like the whole thing, you know. I mean, that's the whole reason I'm doing this show, is to help reduce them 22 a day that we losing, or whatever the new national total is. I think somebody came out and said, well, it's only 20. Man, one's too many, dude. I'm tired of seeing, I don't care. It's 20, 22, 2,200.
Exactly.
One's too many, you know, especially for our brothers and sisters that are out there that they served with us. They've been with us. You know, some of us a little bit more than others. You know, I won't say no branches or anything, but, you know, the way
nice chair I'm sitting in.
Yeah. Me too. I think mine's about to break. It's a plastic chair. We'll see how long it lasts for. You know, but to be able to this is what it's about, is hanging out, enjoying ourselves, you know, enjoying our time together, be able to, I mean, we don't reach out. We don't talk. I mean, like Coach Monte, man, I said, we've been talking for a minute. And it's like, man, it's like we brothers. Like, we know. We've been there. We both earned that damn title we put in our hands. That's one thing I try to tell these people. I said, there's one thing I got that you ain't got. That's that damn EGA that I put in my hand, dude.
Can't take it away.
It can't take that away from me. I earned that shit, you know? Yeah, that's and they all get mad. Oh, I said, what? Because you didn't get nothing put in your hand?
Exactly.
I said that. I still remember that day, man. That's when they were still doing the Crucible, when you still had to go to the top of that damn mountain motherfucker. And
I think they still do the Crucible? I think they do.
Did they get back to it? I know one of my buddies, he's a drill instructor. He was a drill instructor out there. It's when I got out back in 2009, he was a drill instructor, and his wife's like, you want to go see a ceremony? I said, yeah, let's go see a ceremony. They're like, that's where they get the EGA when they become Marines, right? I said, damn, they going to bust us up to the top of the mountain? They said, no, they don't do that no more. I said, what do you mean? She said, no, they're doing the parade deck now. I said, what? I said, that's why these motherfuckers act the way they act, because they ain't got no pride in taking that EGA anymore, you know? I said, I remember climbing up. I remember because you go through Hell Week, you know, you do the Crucible, you're doing that shit for a week, going, you know, fucking ain't got no food, you tired, you hungry, but you know when you get to that top of that mountain and that damn clouds settle just right over the mountain, and they put that EGA in your hand, that's like, yeah, I'm a Marine now. I did this shit, you know.
That's a different experience, because you know, I came, we didn't do that back. When I came, I ain't gonna tell you when I graduated boot camp, but well, it ain't no secret, no. But I graduated in November '90, so we ain't had a Crucible. But when I went to recruiter school, you know, they took us up there to watch the ceremony. So we went up the backside, like on buses.
You went up the easy way. You went up the
easy way. We went the easy way. We went the back way up, and so we got to actually watch the ceremony. They bust us part of the way, and we had to walk anyway. Yeah. But to actually see that, and to see, you know, knowing where the Marines started, because we all had that common bond from stepping on the yellow footprints to the day you walk across the parade deck. It's different. But to actually watch that ceremony, it was like heartwarming, dude. You know, to see them dudes like, okay, I can identify with where you've been. And so it's different. But yeah, we didn't.
It's the biggest thing. They said they do martial arts black. They do the martial arts belt at the top now. I said, a fucking belt that you get in the fleet. You can get that damn thing in the fleet, dude. Like, seriously? That should be on the parade deck, not the damn
exactly. Yeah, here
not
you
the
go.
EGA ceremony. Like, you know, there's no. I was like, I said, that's what's wrong with the freaking Marine Corps nowadays. Building a bunch of pussies right now. You know,
the Marine Corps changing, man. Daily.
That's what they said, man. It was changing when I was in, like when I was stationed in Hawaii with CSSG-3. I was the platoon sergeant at the time, you know, and I had, you know, Monday morning, you better make sure your shit's squared away. You got fresh haircut, clean shave, you know, it's Monday morning. You got to be squared away, right? I had one of my Marines, he came up, both name tapes hanging off. I went up to him, and I ripped his damn name tapes off. I said, get your ass out of my formation and go fix yourself, and then come see me when you're done. You know, like you're supposed to, right? A platoon sergeant, make sure your platoon's squared away. I got fucking in trouble, dude. My chief warrant officer came to me. He said, that's hazing. I said, get the fuck out of here, dude. If I showed up.
What chief warrant officer was this?
Right? I was like.
Normally they like.
Yeah, right. You know, I was like, if I showed up to your formation like this, what the hell would you have done to me?
What would you say? Exactly.
What would you have said to me if I came to your formation like a bag ass, you know? Bag ass, you know, but just looking like crap, you know? And I was like, I can't do this, dude. Is this what it's coming to now? Is this where it's going now?
It's
I
there.
can't do. And then you stayed in even longer. And I'm like, hell, after 09, I was like, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna just keep getting worse and worse, dude. Like you can't.
Yeah, I retired in 2013, and man, I'm for the safety of us, we'll have to talk offline. But just some of the experiences that I've heard and things that they deal with now,
really,
the way that the world has changed. And,
it's all about all
we'll have to say that for
emotions and feelings, and you're like, dude, you're a Marine. You already know you're gonna go through hell and back for being a Marine.
Touchy feely ain't even. Anyway,
that's crazy,
we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know? That's what I tell. That's what I told this airman. I told her. I said, look, I don't care how much you don't like Marines, but I said, remember this: America doesn't need Marines. You got the Army that can do our job. The Navy can do our job. Hell, fucking Air Force even got PJs that can do our job. I said, America wants us. And she's like, that's bullshit. I said, it's true. She said, you're right, because you guys do shit that nobody else wants to do. I said, it's because it's our job. We're trained to do crazy shit, and that's what we're going to do. You know
how many times they've tried to disband the Marine Corps?
Right.
Or put it on the table to make us a branch of the Army and basically just break us down to nothing?
Yeah.
And then they thought about it. Well, who else can be anywhere around the world in less than 36 hours?
No lie. Like nobody.
Who fights wars like we do?
Nobody does, you know.
Who wins battles like Marines?
It's funny, like, because my dad he's retired Army. He was a retired master sergeant out of the Army, and he was in Afghanistan when I was in Iraq for the second time with fucking MWSs, you know. And he was like, man, he said, every time I went through a damn town, I knew Marines were already been there. And I said, how do you know that? He said, they blew everything out. There's bullet holes everywhere inside the town. I said, it's because we had to get through it and we didn't want to chance it. So we make sure we clear a hole. We make a hole so we can get through it.
Yeah. You know? Bro, the last time I was there, my last deployment, we went to this little town. It's called Hit. And this was in northern Iraq, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like from where Al-Assad was like 45 minutes, maybe an hour south of there. Okay. But anyway, we get there and the Army was set up there. And so we rolled through this town. We, in an entire city, we may have seen 10 people that like actually lived there, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Every building, holes through the walls, windows gone. It was demolished. And so we got there. And when we get off the trucks, this Army Sergeant Major was there. You know what? It wasn't, I guess their Sergeant Majors are different, but this was like the S3 guy. He wasn't a command Sergeant Major. He was, the facilities guy.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. He was like, yeah. He said, man, we've been here. Yeah, he said they had been there like probably 5 months, I think. And he said before when we first tried to come in, we couldn't get in and get the spot. He said, so they sent some Marines through. He said, bro, we just wanted part of the city. They gave us the whole city. He was like, literally, I'm not exaggerating. When you come off the highway, it was like 15 buildings in a row. You could walk in the end, not the front door, at the end of the building in the side and walk through the rest of them. It was holes blown all the way through. I was like, Marine logic, man. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. It's like that damn bean that goes out there. He's got that mouse and that maze and that fucking mouse went straight through it. I said, It's the way it is. I said, that's the way we look at it. It don't matter. If you're a Marine, we all have the same mentality. We all know what each other's talking about. We know, hey, I know you're struggling, dude. I'm here. Like
that's it. I think that's going back to what you were saying earlier about the like making friends outside of the military.
Yeah.
I say you can put a group of Marines together, or if they hear the word Marine or you wear something that says Marines, two things always start a conversation. Where you from, or where did you serve?
Yeah.
And from there, it's on and popping. There, it's like you can never met this dude a day in your life.
Never.
Well, he could have been an aviation guy, and you could have been a grunt, or you could be an engineer.
Either way.
And they could be supply. But that common bond is there. And that's how it is with life. And I said, man, if just think about the veterans that we lose every day, the 22 to suicide, because the number they say is 22 plus 1, which is 22 veterans, and then 1 active duty service member. So that's the number. 22 plus 1 every month. Mm-hmm. And then you put me on to something else about, what is it? You said 30 a day?
30 a month. 30 a month for overdose. Yeah, 30 a month for overdose for prescription drugs.
Right. So we're talking 53 people every month.
Every month.
Literally, with the right conversation and being in the right people, around the right people in the right environment, could change lives.
And that's the biggest thing. I mean, with the Stone Vet, that's why I'm trying to create is to build the community around the veteran. Build the community around you. Where do you live? Because, I mean, veterans are everywhere. We're from the cities to the country. It don't matter. We're everywhere.
Yep.
But how are you building your community around you? That's the biggest thing. Like I said, what I want to do here in Oklahoma, I want to try to get Oklahoma established, but start doing events, like golfing tournaments or flag football tournaments in small towns, so just make sure the veteran community there hears it. Right. Because there's cities out there that they want to help the veteran community, but they're like, I don't know how to help them. I don't know how to help a veteran. Just be there for them. Say, hey, look, I'm so-and-so, and this is my company, and this is what we do, and this is what I've been wanting to do to help veterans. And let's donate some time to me. Help me be able to throw an event to bring the veterans out to come see who's out here, to see what's out here. Hell, they may move out here if they like it enough. They may move out here and help build your city.
You have to do it outside of where you live, man. Because I won't say outside of where you live, because for you it's different. You're around an Air Force base where there's veterans there, know, and so you will get, even though they may not be stationed there, but other branches of service who are veterans that come there, either EAS, retire, whatever. Yeah, because it's a military community. Then I'm right here at Camp Lejeune. So you got Camp Lejeune, New River, and Cherry Point within an hour of each other. Yeah. So a lot of things that go on, their support, although it still happens here, it's not as great because the support is bigger. But like you said, in the major cities, in a lot of these small towns and the rural areas where there is nobody, right? What do you do? And so that's why I do the Facebook Live. I get on every Sunday and I tell people, man, it's not just about me talking, to inspire just the average everyday person, which it's for everybody. But, it's really my heart as veterans, because I am one. Yeah. That's why I came on here with you, because you think about it, if more people would just sit around and have a conversation, how much easier life would be for them. So my hat goes off to you, bro, because, you're just simply having a conversation. And the more people you talk to, the further it goes, the better off we are as a group.
And that's what I want to do, is be able to provide the resources for vets. I mean, they're like, oh, there's resources. Where the hell are the resources at? Where do I go to look for them? Where do I find them? And I need this. I'm trying to start a small business. Like, I'm going to bring a guy on. He's a vet. He's a Navy vet. He's stationed out here at Tinker, a Navy vet. He flies the E6. E6 is like the AWACS for the Navy. Okay. And so he has his thing is called Nonprofit Architect. So he helps people build their nonprofits, get their nonprofits established, provides them information. Hey, if you want to start a nonprofit, this is what you need. This is what you need, type thing. Okay. It's a resource, and that's my biggest thing, is just be able to hang out, shoot the shit, chew the fat, hang out like we did before. The thing is just to be able to sit down and be there with each other and just know, hey, dude, there's resources out there. You got Coach Monte here. He does inspirational speakings. You need him to come to an event, reach out to him.
And that's my thing. I around here, I can talk to people and I can go to units and talk to them, and I appreciate it. I never knock it, but I'm trying to hit the spots where there is no voice. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I did the T-shirts. I was like, okay, I may not be able to go, but I can send a shirt to somebody, or you can buy a shirt for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that shirt could literally change somebody's lives. So
right. You got a shirt there. Let me see the shirt. Let me see the shirt. So
this is it. So this is it. And it's going to become a nonprofit. But right now on the front is the number 22, and it says TAC. It's 2 Tattoo is the business, and it's till all cease, right? And so that's obviously till all suicide ceases. On the back is the number 22. Inside the number 22 is 22 reasons to live. And so I put that in the shirt. I said, could you think about it? As a veteran, if you buy one for a family member. Somebody asks you, where do you get that shirt from? Or what does it mean? Right. You don't know what anybody's going through. It could be in a grocery store, the line at the post office, wherever. And somebody read it, or even if they don't come from the veteran aspect, on the back of this shirt is 22 reasons to live. Bro, I guarantee you on this shirt, I don't care what you do, where you've been in life, there's something you could read that'll inspire you to say, man, I can keep going. I don't have to stop right here.
No, you're right, because you don't have to be a veteran. Suicide ain't just for veterans.
Exactly.
Suicide's not for veterans. Like you said, you got 22 reasons why you should live on the back of your shirt. And you could be the reason that guy walked by, like you said, today's the day I'm going to do it. And they could have went to Walmart to get something to drink before they go and do it. And they say, and they stand in line waiting to go next, and they see you, and they start reading your shirt, and you're like,
yeah,
damn,
so that's
you
it.
know?
And man, that's something we don't talk about in the military is purpose.
Yeah,
we teach people, or we're taught, and we teach people that your purpose is beans, bullets, and band-aids. This is all you do. This is your job. And this is all you do. But we forget that there's a life outside of this. When it's over, what's next?
What's next? Exactly. And that's the biggest thing. I think that's what the biggest struggle is that you're no longer told what to do, how to do it, why to do it. You have to find your purpose. You have to find your reason again. Whether you have a significant other with you. If you don't, man, then it's all about you. Yeah. You can actually focus on you and do what you want to do. Exactly. But find your purpose of what it is. Is it to help vets? Cool. Yeah. Is it to help older people? Is it to help somebody? Go and find out who it is you're supposed to help.
And that's what it takes. And that's really what the majority of everything that I talk about is helping people find and create purpose. Because once you find out what your purpose is, I will put my house on it, and I don't even own it because the bank still owns it, but I'll put my house on it.
Right.
There is nobody that can tell you when they find out what their purpose is, that it's about them.
Right.
Your purpose, everybody's purpose, is for somebody else.
It's for somebody else. It is, and that's why we're here. That's why we do these things. That's why there's so many. You go on Facebook. I mean, there's hundreds of veteran sites you can join. You know, there's one group I'm supposed to be speaking with on the 10th of October. They're called Veteran Trash Talk, is what they're called. We're all over. I mean, you go to YouTube. There's veteran everything. So people are wanting to vets want to help vets. Bottom line, we want to help each other. We want to help reduce the 22. And
you got to be willing to let that go. You got to be willing to look past yourself, your feelings, and your emotions, and just take it where, you know what, man, I have to do my part. Doing your part is, sometimes it takes reading a book. Sometimes it just takes that quiet time when you just be alone. I like you said, I push my faith on nobody. No. I tell you, I flat out know without a doubt in my mind, if I didn't have my faith, and I say this everywhere I go. When people ask me, like, how did you really do it? I tell them, man, it's my faith in Jesus Christ. Absolutely. But I can't put that on you. That's not on. Yeah. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Buddhist, Hindu. I don't care if you don't believe in anything. Right. I said, but every day you open your eyes, you need to give thanks to whoever it is you believe in. Absolutely. And where your faith is at. I said, if you don't believe in that, go hug a tree. Right. Whatever it is. You got to do what works for you.
That's what I try to tell her. But I said, it's not my job to push my faith on you. I said, that's my faith. That's my relationship.
It's my faith.
And that's my relationship. That's my
lifestyle.
That's my relationship. I'm not going to push it on you. That's on if you whoever you believe in or whatever you believe in, dude, I'll tell you what my God has done for me and how he's blessed me tremendously to be able to do a show like this, to have the family I have, to have what I have. Because it's not because of me, it's because of him.
There's nothing I did in my own power.
So your job is to, whatever you believe in, I'm not going to push faith on you. That's on you. If you want to have a relationship with whoever or whatever, that's on you. I don't care. I don't care.
If you want what I want,
no matter how bad I want you to believe, but that's not my job. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to push something on you. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help each other, help guide each other where you need to be. You're trying to find a purpose. Like I said, people don't know their purpose. I can help you try to find a purpose. What are you into? What are you wanting to do? What do you think could be a difference?
I was teaching a leadership class, I was teaching a leadership class on Campus June one day. And I said his name, and I said, I haven't seen this guy since November of '93. And I just threw it out there. And I had done it like 5 or 6 times before. Yeah. I said, but if you find this guy, give me his phone number. Right. And sure enough, I get an email one day, and the lady that was in my class sent me an email. She said, call me. I didn't know who she told me, she said, hey, my name, I forgot her name, but she was like, I was in your class. I have some information for you. Call me. So I called her, and she was like, hey, I found, well, he was a retired first sergeant. She said, I found him. I was like, man, get out of here. Get out of here. I got his number. I called him, and me and him was on the phone. We didn't talk very long. We probably talked for like 10, 15 minutes. He was doing some yard work. He was out in the yard. He was cutting the grass. And he said, you know what's crazy? He said, I've been retired at the time when I talked to, this was 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, I talked to him for the first time since 93.
Damn.
And he said, you know, since I retired, he said, I promise you, I've spent the probably last 15 to 16 years, and I've been asking myself, did I impact anybody while I was in the Corps? Did I make a difference in anybody's life?
Look at that shit.
He said, dude, you just answered all my questions. He said, if nobody else ever calls me and tells me, he said, you just answered my question. He said, because I wondered that.
Right.
Like, did I ever make a difference? So, you know, and that's the thing, man, you got to be a difference maker.
You have to be. That's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? You don't, like I said, people, you don't realize the impact you have on somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like you may never know the impact you had on somebody's life. Like you said, that Gunny, he saved your life.
He literally.
Literally saved your life. Look at you now. I mean, you're an inspirational speaker. You're going to events. You're doing events, inspiring people to have a purpose.
Yeah.
There's a purpose here of why we're here. And we may not understand it. Hell, we may never understand why we're here. I mean, like I said, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm still trying to figure out. I said, I got kids. I know that. I got to take care of them, make sure that's why I'm here. That's why I feel like I'm here right now. But to make an impact on somebody's life, you may never know. You may never know that you made an impact on somebody's life.
And for a while, when I first got back, because of that emptiness, I was like, man, I probably should have stayed and went to 30, which means I would have just been retiring this year.
Ooh.
August would have been 30. I've been gone for 7 years. And it was like, you know, I almost was like in regret. But then I thought about it. I say, had I not gotten out when I did, the lives that I've changed, the impact, the ones that happened while I was there was good. But since I've been out, my scope and my reach has been a whole lot further than it would have been if I was in. All of those missed opportunities that I had, bro, I've literally gone into units, talked to people. I had one guy who just got out of the mental institution, got out off the fourth floor that morning. They picked him up and brought him to training. They didn't know I was going to be there or what I was coming to say. That dude, he waited and waited and waited. And the E6 that he worked for, he was a Navy guy. In the first class he worked for, he was like, man, he needs to talk to you. He was like, he got to tell you this. So the dude told me, he's like, I just came off the fourth floor this morning for a suicide attempt. He said, had I not heard you today, I was going to go back to my room and do it today. He said, I know when they come check on me. He said, had you not came and not said what you said and told your story, he said, I would have killed myself today.
Look at that.
So I'm like, dude, had I still been on active duty, I wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Right.
Then I went to 2nd Com Battalion. Was it 2nd Com? Well, yeah, whatever the Com Battalion is on Lejeune. 8th Com.
Yeah.
Thank you. 8th Com. I was there, did a talk for the whole unit one day. I finished up, sold my shirts, and I kept seeing this guy. Every time somebody walk up, he go to the back of the line. Every time some more people come, he go to the back of the line. I'm like, man, I'm watching this cat like, what's wrong with you? You know,
kind of like you got watched. Kind of like you got watched, right?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
So I'm watching him. Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? To myself, I didn't say nothing to him.
Yeah.
And then after the last person got done, he walked up to me. He was like, Gunny? I said, man, I'm not Gunny, I'm Lamont. He was like, well, I didn't know what I said, man, just call me Monte, bro. That's my name, Monte. I said, Gunny's gone. That dude, I told you, he's asleep. He gone. He
went to sleep. He hibernating.
Yeah, he hibernating. He said, I got to tell you. He said, I just re-enlisted less than 6 months ago. He said, I was supposed to go to Hawaii. I got orders to the West Coast. My wife left me. I have a 2-year-old son who my wife won't allow to see me. And he told me something else. I can't say it because I don't know who knows who.
Yeah.
But he said, today was my day. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, today was my day. He was like, that suicide you was talking about? He said, today was my day. I was like, dude, are you serious? He reaches in his pocket, G, and gave me the note. He was like, today was my day. He was like, because you were here, I found myself. He said, awesome. All my motivation, all my inspiration, everything about me wanting to be a Marine and overcoming, chills, I tell the whole story, bro. I put it out there. Here's one thing about me. I'm very transparent about my life. Sometimes I say too much, but I think about it this way. If I hide it, who am I withholding something from that it can make a difference?
Right.
So had I not laid it on the table, that dude would have been gone that day. He gave me the note. Bro, I was like, so I literally, I don't keep them.
Yeah.
13 letters or suicide notes that Marines or sailors had in their pocket that they gave me like today was it. So
that's crazy, man. That's awesome.
To sacrifice 7 years of being a Marine, you know, on active duty, for that, bro, I get it up any day of the week.
Right.
I get
You're doing it. You're doing it. You're being inspiration. That's why you hold yourself. That's why you hold your title. He said, I'm an inspirational speaker.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're giving people purpose. You're showing them, hey, it don't have to be over. You don't have to. It does. This is not the end. You have more reasons to be here. There's more reasons to be here. Quit being prideful. Quit being selfish. Right?
Yeah.
You're not going. You may think you're not hurting anybody, but you have no idea whose lives you will impact in an event like that. You know, you like, oh, I don't talk to so and so or this. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. You have to. You have to get your family, build your family, build your community. That's like I said with the Stone Vet. That's what I'm trying to do. Build your community around you.
Same thing, even outside of the service members, man. You know, just talking to different groups and doing some of the government contract stuff, going and talking to civilians. You'd be amazed at how many of them are stressed out and having the same issues.
Same issue.
It's just on a different level, man.
Because like they said, it doesn't discriminate. Suicide doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't. No, I don't say I'll just take the vets. No, it doesn't discriminate. Stress is stress, and it's real.
It's like my brother with Active Duty RX. He does Active Duty RX to help. When he created this to help veterans suffer from PTSD, but it's been helping so many people. And that's one of his taglines. PTSD doesn't discriminate, dude. It's not just a veteran thing. It's life. I said, as an adult, all of us suffer from PTSD. We've encountered some kind of stress in our lives, whatever it was. We've encountered something. We suffer from PTSD, you know, and it doesn't discriminate. Suicide, it doesn't discriminate. You don't have to be a veteran to commit suicide. There's people that do suicide every day too that aren't veterans, you know. But to find our purpose, to do what we're doing, I think this is what it is. This is what we try to do, is try to have an impact on somebody's life. You know, whether you come to the show here, you come to the Stone Vet just because you're like, I want something to watch. I need something to lift me up, push me up. Do it. That's why we're here. That's why I'm doing the show. You know, reach out. You know, you can reach out to me. You can email. Like I said, I got my Facebook group. We can do Facebook, whatever you want to do. You know, like I said, I got that Air Force, the airman. Her thing is TikTok videos. She's always doing TikTok, but that's her therapy.
Okay.
She's able to put everything out there, and she puts it out there and so everybody can see it. But that's her therapy, you know. So she don't like to garden or whatever. She does videos, and whatever your therapy is, there's no judgment, dude.
You got to do what works for you. That's why I'll be glad when this COVID stuff is over. I'm ready to play softball again because softball is my thing.
Yeah,
I take all
softball.
my frustration out.
I love softball myself. So I was like, I got to do some softball tournaments or something, get something going to where we can, you know, just to bring the community together. You know, like I said, veterans are everywhere, dude. Like you said, veterans are, man, you put on a Marine hat or Marine shirt, you see it. I do it. I go to the store, I'm like, and you just look at it, you're like, what's up, man? You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know you. I know you. So, So with you, are you doing it? So besides, you just doing the Zoom meetings right now? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just doing everything, on Zoom right now. And hopefully when this clears up, some opportunities, because everything that I had for this year pretty much got scratched.
Of course.
You know, so as it clears up, I'll get back on the road and, just reach out to people, man. And
how does somebody go if they wanted to bring you on board, if they wanted to do something with you, to come out and do inspirational speaking, how would they be able to reach out to you?
The easiest way to catch me is, I use my email, use Facebook, which is under Facebook, it's Lamont Land, or you can find me under Monte Inspires, which is a business page. My email address is llandinspires@gmail.com. My last name, LAND inspires@gmail.com. You find me there, or just call me, man, 910-787-7534. I don't have an assistant. You talk straight to me.
That's good enough. No, I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to be like, dude, I got something. I need you to come out here and speak on the behalf of this right here. I got this event and stuff coming out.
Yeah, I'll definitely come do it. And I want to tell you, too, about the shirts. So here's the deal about the shirts. Shameless plug, but I sell the shirts. I sell them for $22, right? And the reason I sell them for $22 is obviously for the number 22. But 22% of everything that I make, I find them look for a veteran organization to donate those funds to. Awesome. So, because a lot of people aren't federally funded and they don't have the big pots of money, things like that, but they're doing good work. Right. So, if I come to your event, the Stone Vet, or like you say, your buddy was at Vet RX or whatever it is, you have an event, I come sell 1,000 shirts, 22% of everything that I make comes back to you.
Oh, awesome.
You know, and I do that to, like I said, to help those businesses keep flourishing, man. Because if we don't take care of each other as veterans,
absolutely.
You know,
How does somebody go about getting one of them shirts?
If they want a shirt, same thing. Inbox me on Facebook, Lamont Arland, or Monte Inspires.
Awesome. That's some cool shirts, man. I'm gonna get some of those. I'm gonna definitely have to get some of those. I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna talk to you after this, and we'll probably put some of these shirts on the website.
All right.
Get those on the website. Put some of them shirts on the website. We can do it. Figure out a way we can do it. I could be like, hey, dude, I got 10 sales. I need you to ship these out over here. The money's coming to your account.
I got you.
Something like that. We'll work something out with that and stuff like that, man. Anytime. I appreciate it, man. It's been a good show. It's been good. I mean, people need to hear it, dude. Like, I mean, you're doing it. You said it. I
appreciate it.
I was there. I was going to be one of the 22, dude. I was going to do it. And people suffer with it every day, dude. I mean, we get depressed. Our shit kicks in, and we're just like, fuck, dude, I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, and it happens. I mean, don't be ashamed of it.
Right. Talk about it, man.
Talk about it, right? Don't be ashamed of it. Look, you Coach Monte now. Don't be ashamed of it.
It helps you, right? Nothing.
Yeah, you can relate to the people that are like that. Today was my day, right? You can relate to them now and be like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been there. Yep. I've done that. You know?
There. That's easy. Easy money. I got you.
Easy money. I got you. I can talk to you. I can do this, you know? And that's the biggest thing, you know? It's trying to help motivate people, you know? Like I said, we vets, we selfish, we stubborn, we whatever the hell you want to say. But, dude, we here. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this. We can do this together, you know?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, talking with me, shooting the fat, you know. You know you'll be back on here. Don't worry about it. I'll get you back on here. And, you know
hopefully I'll slow down and it'll be easier to catch up with me. So we can
I know, man. But it's life, man. We all have a life. We all get
life happens too
all the time, you know. Like you said, it don't pop up on my phone saying I got something to do or I'm doing something.
You, man. If it don't hit this calendar, I'm in trouble.
You know, and like you said, is your God, then your wife.
That's it.
Then everything else. Appreciate you guys coming out to the Stone Vet, hanging out with us tonight. Remember, here at the Stone Vet, we got your six.
Hey, introduce visual to your mind. Sit back, relax, and feel the vibe. I think about what I'm going through. I wouldn't be nothing without my guy. Gotta keep my eyes on the prize. I struggle and strive to survive. I'm just trying to make it. Gotta stay strong because these times so hard. And if you gon' stay loyal right now, I'm chilling with my squad. You see me protecting myself with this gap. You know it's hard to stay alive. Been taking for me for so long, but now I'm back. The claim was mine. I'm going to war for what I need. The soldiers overseas and camouflage. Ain't stressing about nothing right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful. Thanking my makeup for this wonderful day. Ain't tripping on that right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thanking my maker for this wonderful day. Ain't worried about that right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thanking my maker for this wonderful day. Enjoying my life right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thanking my maker for this wonderful day. I handle my business, I'm back on the mission. I'm frequently creeping, I'm coming to get it. Shout out to the homies that hold it down with me. You see me, I'm thinking with all of my people. Gotta get it together, I'm trying to do better, whatever I'm doing. I hope